You have to make sure your vents are clean and that you have proper air return, air flow. Filters down here. And you have to make sure all of this equipment and tubing is all sealed and contained properly so that air can be sucked out of the house, into the unit, back into the house, and distributed throughout to keep it cool. Well, none of this had ever been taped up properly, I guess. So come along, let me show you what I've done. But the first task at hand is the air conditioning unit. So this air conditioner is 30 years old. It has been, furnace air conditioner has been maintained. We had someone out here when summer started to make sure the air was working right. But what they didn't test and didn't tell me is all this silver tape is loose and I can feel cold air coming in everywhere. To the garage, which we don't want. I do not want to air condition the garage. I need to get this tape replaced and cleaned up so that we don't cool off the garage. I've already wiped all this down to get the dust off. So now let me get tape up there. And I bought the foil mastic sealant tape, which is designed for HVC units. So let me get that up. Well, immediately the cold air stopped coming out here. That I can feel the difference. There's no tape back there. Let me wipe that down and get some clean there. Char, who watches my videos, who I've known since I was 21, it's a long time, tells me, just like Kevin, to stay off of step stools, but yet here I am. So I'll try to do this without any accidents or falls. Big difference. I don't feel cold air anymore. I feel the air going into the vents, which sucks air through, but no more cold air coming out. Let's do this side. Once you get the tape removed. A big difference there already. Next is up here. Top here, that's all broken open, that seal. I've already wiped the dust off. So let me get my tape up here on the side and we'll work our way to the front. is a task that if you had to have an air conditioning guy come out, depending on the time of season, it'd be anywhere from a $75 to $125 service call just to come out. Then whatever they charge, put some tape on. Let's get that tape up there. Easy peasy. There we go. And that piece. Okay. Now we'll do the front. This is actually keeping the cold air that's moving across the condenser here in the garage, keeping it in the piping that's going vented into the house and not leaking into the garage, which apparently is what's been happening. And I can feel a huge difference already standing next to this air conditioning unit. From the air that was I feeling out here to what I'm feeling out here now, blowing as well as coming off this unit, if that makes sense. It's really good. And like I said, I wiped all this with a cloth already before I turned you on to make sure all the dust is off so I can seal this. Boy, that's a big difference already. All right, I'm going to go around the corner. Huge amount of air coming out over here. So let's get that sealed up. It's piping up here, behind it is where I feel air right there. A big bunch of cold air coming out. All right, so we're going to go up here. Behind it. A little pipe back here you can't see, but I can certainly feel it. So this should help on the electrical bill, not air conditioning this section of the garage. That shouldn't be cooled down anyhow from the air. Blue tape is a bit of a challenge. Get off the back. There we go. Get up there and piece back here. I think I've got it. Some good tape once you get the backing off. There we go. There we go. All right, that's plugged up. Okay, now I have got a couple of strips at the top up here to get done. And I want to check the filter, make sure the filter is clean. To that area. Yeah, that's all opened up back there. Isn't that crazy? Okay, that's sealed. All right, and that's opened up back there also. Right there. Get another piece back there, and I think that'll be okay. Covering up tubing inside, and at the very top up here, where there's a casing that takes the air in and out of the house, whichever way this particular vent is flowing, there's gaps. Go across the front. I think I got it. Somebody put regular tape. That's not gonna hold. So let's get the top done first. This insulation isn't even taped down. It's crazy. That should have never passed inspection when we bought the house, yet it did. Something I should have paid attention to, I guess. You've got to be your own advocate of everything in life. No, there's no tape up here at all to seal that. So that's been there for probably forever. Should have been sealed. This will make a difference energy-wise and also functionality-wise of the unit itself. Okay. Then we're going to do it along the side because there's no tape along this side here either. But let me do this top first. Okay, complete seal. Now we'll do down the wall. The air is kicked back on, as you can hear, and I do not feel any cold air escaping over there. That's a good thing. I kept coming home and air running, and I thought, ooh, that air feels good out here. It comes right out here and cools by this door. Duh. Little did I know, there was no insulation tape holding the air where it belongs in the vents. Oh, look at that. One more piece along the side. You know, this tape also needs a little crevices. Scorpions, spiders, things you don't like. Boy, this tape has to be an easy way to get these off the back. Across the bottom as well. Boy, that feels better. Absolutely no air leak. However, and this has been punctured, whoever fixed it can put tape on it. So make sure that that's sealed up nicely. I'm gonna put some tape across it. The back side of it is I put air coming out. All of these are opened. Need to be sealed up. Down here at the bottom, I've got lots of air coming out. Boy, it's like there's an air conditioning vent right there, and there shouldn't be. Boy, that cold air is just pouring out of there. Better already. Big old hole there. Got knocked into it. And I think this seam up here needs replaced also. pretty dirty. Let me get it outside and rinse it off. Okay. And I'm going to rinse it off out here on the patio, out of the sun, because it's hot out here. And then leave it out here to dry. It's pretty dirty. I'm going to leave that set out here and dry before I take it back in. And I recall when I moved in, I asked the maintenance man who'd been doing maintenance around here for the old lady who had the house. I said, when's the last time that air conditioning filter was taken out and cleaned? Mind you, he had been the maintenance guy for 8 years. He said, I don't even know if I know where it's at. That told me a lot. So I've had it out to clean. I had it out the last time, May, April, and you're supposed to do it every month. So I'm just as guilty, I guess. So I'm gonna put that in the sun to dry, take it back to the garage, put it in the air conditioning unit. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean up my mess, and I'll meet you in there. Okay, let's get the filter back in. This side of the filter is not reorderable. It's old. So I ordered some throwaway ones. And I'll have to be placing with those. This one is not orderable anymore. Go. There we go. All right. New one is ordered. Let me get my mess picked up.